Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial on Canva. So if you haven't yet seen the first tutorial that we did, I would request you to go to the Canva series playlist and there you can see the first introduction tutorial to Canva. And today we'll be working with text and we'll be working in all sorts of text transformations, text customization, how to use text better in Canva, how to create text shadows and a lot more. So I have just opened a blank document on my account, and from the left hand side menu you'll see we have text over there, and that is where we can create new text, we can edit some existing one. So there are three by default sizes of text that are given: a heading, which is big and bold, then we have a subheading a little thinner than the first one, and a little body text, which is a normal paragraph text. Apart from that, you'll find that Canva has also given us certain pre-made templates that can be used as required, and they will come with different kind of font family sizes and styles. So first, in order to use any of the template style that already exists, you can go through the list and you can easily choose any of the style that you like. For example, if I just pick up the style and it will drop in right onto my screen, using the transform tool or the box, I can make it bigger as required. So you'll see that by default any template text that you put up is grouped. So first we're going to ungroup the text. Ungrouping it enables us to select each text element individually. You can double tap any of the text to start editing. So for example, I'm editing this text to write learn Canva on this, and I can edit all of that, and I can just all the changes are saved automatically in Canva. So anything you do, if you're connected to the internet with a good connection, your changes will be automatically saved. That ensures that you do not lose any important data while working with the online platform, right? So this was about using a pre-made template. All you got to do is pick up any of the templates, make it as bigger as you require it to be, ungroup it, and start editing. So it is as simple as that. But now comes the part whereby you don't want to actually use a pre-made template and you want to use custom stuff. So for that, if you just pick any of the heading or any of the text from there, any text element, when you tap to select it, it gets a transform box around it. The box has four corners. From any of the corner, if you just pull it, it increases the font size. Any of the corner, it works that way from all the corners. Apart from that, the text transform box can be made bigger by pulling the center left or the center right arrows. That is used to make a box smaller or larger in width in order to accommodate the required space as per the formatting that you are doing over it. Now you'll notice that as you select any of the text toolbar shows up with all the different options that you can utilize in order to edit your text. So going by those options, the first one is the font family or the font style. So Canva has a lot of fonts that you can choose from and work upon, but you'll notice that all the fonts with this crown icon, they are only available for the pro users. So the free user is going to get very less of them, and all the good fonts and premium fonts are only available to the pro users. And that is why I highly recommend anyone who uses Canva to use a pro account. So any of the fonts you choose from there will be applied to the selected font that you have chosen. So if I have this as my selection and I'm changing the font, it will be changed as required. So as you can see that I'm changing fonts and changes are showing up as required. So yeah, so that is about choosing fonts. Next is the font size. In order to change the font size, you have two options. You can either just resize it using your mouse, or you can even manually put in a size from here and your font will be resized. If you want to use the drop down list for that, you can use the drop down list. Otherwise, you can even put the numerical values in there, and your font will be changed as per the value that you'll put in. Now heading next, we have the color option. This is used for changing text colors. So the journal colors and the templates that I've already created come over here. Otherwise, you always have a color picker whereby you can pick up a new color, and you can also put the hex value of the color, and you can get the color code that you require. So the colors can be changed from this place over here. After that, we have the regular styling like bold, italic, and underline. These are available as per the font that you have chosen. All fonts do not have the bold or italic or underline functionality. So when you will select the font, you will see that certain of that has the bold functionality, while other like this one doesn't have the bold italic functionality. So it varies from font to font, and it is something that we have been generally using in our day-to-day computer usage. Next, we have the alignment of the text. So you have 4 types of alignment. The text is currently center aligned to the box. Making a click makes it go to the left. Another click over the same option makes it justify. So if your paras are longer, they will get justified from both the corners. Another click will make the text go to the right, and another click will make it again go to the center. Next, we have the uppercase and lowercase functionality. So if your text is in lowercase, it will be shifted to uppercase. But this font style is such that it does not support lowercase. So we can try it on the other one. So this font supports lowercase, and as I'm switching it up, it is showing me the lowercase functionality over here. Uppercase and lowercase. Next, we have bullet points. So if you select those, you will get a list, and that list, if you just print it, you will keep getting list. So if you want to create a list of items, then this bullet point option can be used for the same. For example, list item 2. I'm gonna name it over there. This also we're gonna align to the left, so they are coming in a sequence. Next, we have the line height or the spacing. Hereby you can decide how much space will be there between the letters, and you can also decide that the spacing between the 2 paragraphs or the 2 lines. So you can increase it or you can decrease it as required. Next, we have certain options related to locking. So if you lock anything on the screen, it becomes non-movable. You cannot just move it until you unlock it again. So this is if you're working on different kind of elements, and there are a lot of elements, and choosing one is difficult. So you lock certain that you don't want to move, and it won't move at all, and you can always lock it. And if you just select this, only this will get selected because this one is locked. So you can easily select other stuff and move it, and if you need to unlock it in order to move it again. Next, we have a hyperlink to create. So if you're creating a PDF out of your document, you can always create a hyperlink with it. So any of the link that you want to apply can go over here. For example, I want to make this heading connect with google.com, but remember that this functionality only works for PDF documents. So if you export this file as a PDF, the PDF will have add a subheading as a hyperlink to Google's official website. So I'm just gonna undo that. Next, we have position elements. So positioning can be top and left, it can be top and center, can be top and right. So from the left hand side, you can see that the positioning is top, middle, bottom, left, center, right. So you can always position, you need to select one of these and one of these as required. So you can make a selection. You want to make it top center, it will become top center. You want to make it top right, it will become top right. So as per this combination of selection that you make from over here, it will keep changing as required. Next option that we have over here is called the copy style. It is used to copy the styling of one text and make the another text same as it. In order to use it, first of all, you need to select your text, choose copy style from here, move over to the text that you want to apply the style to, and making a mere simple click over it will change its style to the original one. So copy styling basically is something whereby you pick up a format of a text and apply it to another text. So I'm just gonna undo it so that we can move ahead with other options. Next option we have is the transparency. Hereby you can simply make your text transparent or opaque. giving it some amount of opacity, and you can even put in numerical values of the opacity, the maximum value being 100 and the lowest being 1%, but I don't think so there will be any visibility left by the time you reach there, right? Next is duplicate. It is basically creating copies of whatever is selected. You can always do a control C, control V, that is a normal copy paste in order to do it. So if I do control C and control V from my keyboard, I get a copy. But if I don't want to use the shortcut key, then I can always use for duplicate one. So I get a copy that way also. So this was all about text. In the next lesson, we'll be learning more about elements, and then we'll move ahead in the series and do more of the options that are available in Canva. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and it will help you in learning Canva better. If you still have any doubts or any queries, then do drop in your comments and I'll surely help you out. If you think that this video needs to reach out to certain people for whom it can be helpful, then please do share it on social media. Subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos, and I'll see you soon with another lesson on Canva. Thank you so much.